Okay, we're looking at Apple TV on the living room TV. I'm going to try buying a movie here. Picked out The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. This is a great documentary made in 2008. It's about this guy who has a showdown playing Donkey Kong. It's part of the Donkey Kong Championship. It sounds stupid, but man, what a great documentary. So I want to test this. Cloud is enabled, and I want to see what's going to happen. Basically, from what you said, Jay, is when I buy this, it's not going to go right to iTunes. It's going to show up in another library. I was reading a little bit, and it looks like when you do buy new movies, it's just going to remain in the cloud. But I still think there's a way you can probably download that to iTunes, so I'm going to give that a shot. This also looks like it's going to apply to music. Anytime you buy a new album, download a track, a complete album, it's going to be in the cloud, but it looks like they also push it down to all your devices. I guess because it's smaller. But for movies, it looks like by default it just remains in the cloud, and you can watch it on all your devices, which I assume means it's going to stream. But sometimes you might want a physical copy. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna buy this for $10. Let's see if we can do this. Buy. King of Kong Fistful of Quarters. About to buy it. Yes. Security code. Let me pause this. I can't do this with the phone in my hand. Okay, there's the TV. Looking for the code, but also if you notice on the iPad here, it's being mirrored on here. It's actually the iPad is acting as a control, and you got these 4 boxes here. It's also looking for the code. Let me find it on my credit card. Hope this is right. Well, I'll pause this. After I typed it in, it didn't give me much of an indication of what happened. So I went back and tried to purchase again, and it says that I've already, from the iTunes Stores, you successfully purchased this. So, okay. Hit OK here. And let's back out. Oops, I just missed that. I should have read that. I think it said I just purchased it with a receipt. I automatically cleared that out too quickly. Let's go out. Menu. Let's see. Go to purchased. And there's our new movie, The King of Kong. Press play. Let's see if it starts up here. Looks like it's going to start. Authorizing. And there she goes. My Apple TV is 720p. The newer one, probably what you have, Jay, is 1080. I probably really should move to that, because what that means is I downloaded the 720 of this, which it doesn't matter. I believe if I request a higher upgrade later on, it'll come through. All right, there it is. I'm babbling. Let's go upstairs on iTunes and see what happens. Okay, change of heart. Before we go upstairs, let's see if we can get this on the iPad. Okay, we're with iTunes. iTunes comes up. Let's see. You're going to want to go to down here. Purchased. This is a little confusing. This is all the purchase music that's over the years. Go to the top. Music. Movies. And there it is. So here it is on the iPad already. So let's see what this looks like. Press it. Hello. There it goes. It's hard to do this with one hand, huh? Oh, I'm going to have to type in my password. Hang on. Alright, just typed in the password. See the little spinning icon. Okay, it says it's downloaded, so it's only like 10 seconds. I don't know if it's actually downloading to the iPad or streaming. Oh, duh. This showed up in the corner. Downloads. Just click that, and then there you can see a progress bar. It's actually downloading to the iPad. So it doesn't look like it's going to stream to the iPad. It's going to download to it. Let's see what it's doing with iTunes upstairs on the main computer. Okay, first what I'm going to do is check under Store, check available downloads. Now here it says like kind of what you're experiencing. All purchases have been downloaded for this account. Doesn't look like it wants to download the new movie from here. Off to the left here for music, I noticed they have purchased, I guess these are books, although I don't even remember doing those. Purchased music, so you got this music icon, so here's all the purchased music. But I don't see for the movies. Again, I don't know, they might not want you having this sitting on your computer. I did notice this under File, Transfer Purchases from my iPad. I don't know what that's going to do. It's doing something. Transferring purchases from my iPad. Looks like it's waiting for the sync. Actually, when it does sync, it's always backing up stuff from my iPad, so I don't think this is going to do it either. Alright, King of Kong has downloaded. If we go to videos now, there it is. Under movies, focus. There it is. So it's actually downloaded to the iPad, which is fine, I suppose. You probably want to have a copy here because you're not going to be always connected. So if you're going to go somewhere, download a couple movies that you purchased, and they'll stay here on your iPad. I wonder how it is on the phone. Of course, I should be able to watch this movie on my phone, but I won't be able to record that. But I may have just to try that out and see how that works.
There'll always be the argument
So
that video games
that.
are meant to be played for fun.
Okay. Let's move back up to, close this, iTunes. I checked iTunes, this is actually the next day, and look, I did a search under movies for Kong. King of Kong is now on iTunes. Now, I'm not clear if this actually, after it downloaded it from my iPad, and then I synced it, because I did sync it last night, and did it come over then? Or did it come over through some other means? I have a feeling it's through when I actually synced it. So let's assume that that's what happens. I downloaded it to my iPad to try that out, and then it's synced. Or when I did sync my iPad, which I do every couple days, you know, of course what that's going to do is it's going to copy my all my apps, all my settings. It backs it up essentially on my computer. So if I was to like lose this iPad, if I lost this iPad today or it got destroyed, I could literally go out, buy a new iPad, plug it into my computer, and it'll restore it just as it is now. All the apps, all my settings, and all my data. So, is that when this movie got transferred, or did it just happen some other time after there was some type of delay? I'm not sure, and let's assume that you have to download it on the iPad and then move it over to iTunes. Why they're doing that, I'm not sure why Apple's doing that. Looking online, just a couple years ago, it appears you could easily purchase something through the iTunes Store, through Apple TV, and have it moved over to iTunes on your desktop. Now, that looks like it's changed over the last just year or two. Again, a lot of that weird kind of stuff like that is probably not necessarily Apple. It might be, but it's more likely the deals made with the studios. They've come up with all kinds of weird things. It used to be very restrictive at the beginning, even with, I've mentioned this before, with audio files and music files. They made Apple create a what's called DRM, I think it's digital music rights, where when you downloaded it, you were allowed only to burn it on a CD 5 times. You were only allowed to keep that music authorized only on a couple devices. They have since removed that as the music industry opened up. So maybe this is along those same lines. But anyway, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to try to watch it on the phone. And obviously I can't record that. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, that only took me about 2 minutes. And yes, the phone looks very similar to the iPad. If you go on your iPhone, if you had one, you would select the same thing as you would on your iPad. Videos, and you'd get the menu up here where you would go to purchases, and then you could select the movie. And so, yeah, this is kind of what we're getting at, where you buy something off of the Apple iTunes store, and it's available on your phone, it's available on your iPad, and ultimately it comes down to your computer eventually. Although there seems to be some quirkiness. You know, we live kind of in you've joined the Apple community in kind of an interesting time. But it always seems like an interesting time with Apple, because they're always doing stuff. They're always messing with things, changing things around. And sometimes they're kind of ruthless with what they do and what they cut off, what they allow and what they don't allow. But the exciting time now is they're really pushing this iCloud stuff, and it's really integrated. As you know, you weren't even quite aware that it was working behind the scenes with the movie. And I wasn't really aware of it. And it's doing other things too, and it will be doing more things. So it's kind of exciting that they're pushing this cloud concept of storing your data in a cloud, so to speak, off-site, and then you're going to be able to access it. They're doing that now with movies, music, and now the next revision with the OS that's coming out next month, it's really going to be more integrated with documents that you create with Apple's Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, which is their suite, productivity suite, analogous to Office. Those documents then will also be available on your phone, your iPad, and on your desktop, like movies. So it's kind of interesting. It's different times, but that's what I found. So we got it running on the Apple TV, we got it running on the iPad, and we got it on the we got it on the iPhone, which you can't see, and then we've got it on the desktop. Again, I'm not clear on how I got it on the desktop. I have a feeling that I downloaded it on the iPad, and then when I synced it, then it showed up in my regular movies movie area within iTunes. So I think that's what happened. So anyway, that was my experiment. Hope it helps.